Welcome to this week's edition of Three Wise Men. I'm Craig Thompson, joined by Paul Joyce on my left and Clinton Payne on my right.
Yeah.
We were pretty well on target last week, boys.
Well, you were, Clock. You were on fire last week. El Segundo, your best bet, and laying Miss Finland.
And,
you were spot on.
How'd that lad of the manor go?
No, he struggled.
Tip.
He struggled.
I would never have thought he'd have struggled in the Cox Plate. Hey?
Now, Clock's back in full work this week too.
Yeah, I am. Back at the track. Do I look tired?
How'd you go this morning?
It's a shocker. 4 o'clock mornings.
Derby.
Let's get on to the Derby. We'll be quick. The Amy Victoria Derby. This is a massive program, as it always is. We'll get through the races as quickly as we can. We're going to cover races 3 through till 9. We'll start with the Victoria Derby because it is Derby Day. What do we think?
I'm going to stick with the Amy Vars form. Yeah, I think that's a bit stronger. Look, I like Villain's run out of the Norman Robinson, but I really love the run of Kibbutz. He's probably my choice. I'm a bit concerned about the speed, but gee whiz, you couldn't fault marching either. You know, he showed him a clean pair of heels when he zipped away. And just looking at the speed maps, the way it's going to be run, we're only suggesting good, moderate speed in the race, and if that does pan out as expected, well, it's going to play right into Marching's hands. He'll settle just off the pace, and he's got a turn of foot that I don't think most of these horses have got. And as we know, as you know, 3-year-olds can run they don't have to be a genuine stay to run a derby. But I just couldn't miss Kibbutz's derby trial in the Amy Vars. He was 10 wide round the corner, and he just kept making ground, and big, strong horse that's going to be suited at Flemington. So, yeah, look, he's my choice.
What do you like?
Yeah, I agree with Clinton as far as the form race will be the Amy Vars, but I'm going to stick with Marching. I think Marching will put itself in a better position. It'll be in front at the right time, and it'll be up to Kibbutz to try and get past it. The likes of Villain, I think, is a horse that will obviously improve back at Flemington. He seems as though he's going to relish this sort of trip. He's got to go into your trifectas. But I think Marching, look at $4.20, I think you can get at this stage. I think that's a great bet at $4.20. I think there's really only probably 2.5 winning chances, and he really holds sway to me. So I'll be taking the $4.20 and betting up on Marching.
Well, I'll take you through the market. It's $3.80. Kibbutz is the favourite. This is at bookiering.com. Marching's $4.20. Villain $4.60. Latorio $7, and then you get out to $12 for Stockade and $17 for the rest of them beyond that. I know the Norman Robinson and all that is usually the form, but geez, I find it disturbing that Marching beat them, you know, pretty well. I don't really rate Marching as a top class horse. I just think they're generally down on quality. I'm going to get just a touch wider. I'll be throwing something on Latorio, who I think is a horse who will stay, and a bit of value at the $7, and I thought the Geelong form was half a chance of holding up, just on the basis that I can't see that the City form's any better, and I thought Stockade wasn't $1,000,000 to 1.
I didn't think there was a great deal between those two horses, Stockade or Sonic, but if you go through their form, they weren't measuring up to these better class horses prior to going there, and I'd be very surprised if they're going to measure up here.
I think it stays. It stays in a stays race.
Maybe a little bit harsh on Marching. Like, his form has been good, and his form was good as a 2-year-old as well.
I'm not saying his form's not good.
Yeah.
I'm just saying when you're looking at horses like that, favourite in Group 1s, I don't really want to get involved back in the favourites. It's either no bet or get out a bit wide, because he was well ridden the other day to win Marching. I don't know.
Yeah, look, I think he's an underrated horse.
Hey,
I think he's a pretty.
Before we move on to the next race, where's your lobster?
Wait, just very quickly. Can I just very quickly? I know we're trying to move on, but do you think Kibbutz will start favourite on Saturday? I've got a feeling Marching's going to start favourite.
Well, he's already favourite. They've been betting for 2 days now, and Kibbutz is still favourite.
Yeah, I understand that, but
I think it'll start favourite.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Good point, huh?
Well, Miss Finland was favourite 2 days out too.
We've got to move on. People are downloading this into their computers.
I'm having 20 on Kibbutz.
Oh, that's done.
Okay.